Okay, so we have a vent fan in a very old house that has recently stopped working. So what we're going to do is we're going to get in there and try to take out the vent motor, see what kind it is, try to find a replacement on Amazon, then we'll get that ordered and swap it out. So let's take off the cover and try not to kill ourselves. This is kind of an awkward house because the vent from here actually goes into an unfinished attic, and then there's an adjacent screen to vent the air, or like a vent panel on the side of the house, but it's not a direct route out. So some of the insulation and general attic-y kind of stuff tends to make its way into this space, mixes with the moisture, and then it collects kind of like I don't know, almost like lint. Okay, so yeah, see, it's all nasty in there. All right, so what we want to do, and the way this unit is set up, it has a heater, a vent fan, and a light, all of which have individual plugs. And as you can tell by these plugs, well, I don't know what the newer units look like, but pretty sure this one's been up here a little while. So what we want to try to do, ideally we want to get inside here and remove this guy right here. All right, I see it. Okay. We're gonna undo this. This is just a plug, so it's not hanging here. Put that down out of the way. So everything is disconnected. We're going to hit. So there's a screw around this case. I see screws. Hopefully I have access to all of them. I'm using like the world's smallest screwdriver to do this because I like to make things difficult. Okay. Unscrew. Interesting. Let's see how that other side separates because I don't really see screws over there. But let's see what happens. You know, it's always good if you're working in a cramped space, having difficulty getting things, to hold extra crap in your hands for no apparent reason, just so it gets in your way. No sense in making this easy. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so it definitely let go. Oh, okay, that's the ground wire. Question would be, oh, nice. So, man, that's gross. All right, so we definitely need to clean that, and then we're gonna take this motor out of here and look for a comparable one online and order that and swap it out and get this whole thing set up. And we're going to clean the snot out of this because this is gross. All right, so I went ahead and took apart the assembly that was up there. Went ahead and got this all cleaned up like so. Now the new motors will typically come with the actual fan, but I have run into issues in the past where either the fan that they provided was too big or too small for the space. So just in case, I cleaned up the fan that was attached to the existing motor because there's nothing wrong with it, and saved the little C-ring there that was holding it on to the post. So we'll hang on to that just in case the new one doesn't do the job. Here is the slightly cleaned up motor. I actually just did a search online for plug-in vent fans, and it gave me a whole collection of these, and now that I have it out, I can match up its specs to the ones that are available online and find the winner and get it ordered. Hopefully we can get it here soon. Alright, so we just received the replacement fan. So what we're going to need to do is get this fan installed into this enclosure, and we can get that back in there and hopefully get our vent fan working here. So this one, as I mentioned, it did come with a fan and it looks pretty identical. So we'll go ahead and use the new one. One thing I don't see, which I'm glad I saved the old one, is the locking ring here. So here's your new fan. We need to flip this guy over and take these off here. And then this is going to go in like this. This is going to go in here, like so. Flip that over. See, one difference that I see between the old and the new. The other ones look like they kind of had a more of a locking nut that had a little bit of a. Throw one of those on there. All right. So that is now in place. That, we will go ahead and throw the fan blade back on it, matching up the flat side to the flat side. Alright, so in order to keep this a G-rated video, I turned off the camera while I was trying to get this little ring on here. What I actually found was I took like a tiny screwdriver, and I used it with the flat side up against it, and I was able to slide it on there. So that's in place. We got everything set up with the plug. Now we'll go in and put this thing back up where it goes. Okay, so now we're ready to put this thing back up in here. As we remember, there were two screws holding it in, and it was tucked into the side here. So what we want to do is get this tucked back into the hole on these. Oh, gotta come in this way first, and then tuck this into the hole, and that allows the screws to line up. So get those back in place. One. You know, one recommendation, something that I didn't do, is I would recommend taking a photo of where everything is before you take it apart. So that way, when you go to put it back together, you'll remember things like which way was the fan blade facing, how was the motor configured within the enclosure, and which outlet the actual fan was plugged into. Now we will do a quick test and see if we picked the right one. And voila! We have a vent fan that actually functions on the first try. Well, that's all there is to do. In this one I will put links to the motor, if you happen to come across this video and this is the type of vent fan that you have, you can go ahead down in the description and find this motor. It was about $16 on Amazon. If you found this video helpful and you'd like to stick around for other videos that might be helpful or entertaining to you in the future, I'd ask you to please subscribe to the channel and then go ahead and click the bell notification icon if you'd like to receive alerts every time a video is uploaded. Like the video, share your comments. If you have any questions, leave those in the comments as well. And until next time, this is The Average Dan. Thanks.